Hello and welcome back to another episode of Trails of Cold Steel. We are going to go ahead and jump right back into this with our bonding event with Laura and then see how many of the side quests we can knock out. Laura's right here. Oh, hello, Reen. It's rare to see you here by yourself. What's up? I currently found myself rather interested in the store's wares, so I decided to browse for a while. I'm surprised at how enjoyable it's been. Should I join her? Well, definitely. Mind if I join you? Feel free. Maybe this would be a good chance to have you tell me more about the things being sold here. Well, I don't know all that much about them myself. They have a wide variety of items here on display, most of which I'm unfamiliar with. Which leads to a question I'd like to ask you, Reen. What sort of goods and accessories do girls my age tend to like? What? I ask because, well, I've noticed that there's a significant difference between myself and the other girls here. For example, I went shopping with Monica recently, only to find myself searching for equipment to keep my sword in shape. Meanwhile, Monica was fawning over cute accessories and the like. Doesn't this prove that I'm rather strange? Well, you're from different class backgrounds for one thing. That's a difference between you already. But even amongst the other nobles, you are a little bit different. Just as I thought. But this is one of no issue. But this is of no issue. If there's something I lack, then all I need to do is take the opportunity to learn. Now tell me, which of the items here would most likely... I cannot talk today. Now tell me, which of these items would most likely grab a girl's attention? I mean, I'm not exactly an expert on the subject, but... A Mishi! Reen grabbed a cute mascot plush that was sitting on the shelf. How about this Mishi plush? He's a pretty popular character over in Crossbow. Fascinating. He's certainly charming, to say the least. But how about this? Laura grabbed a strap with a blue-haired, muscular man attached to it. This Doji character has a rather gallant look to him, doesn't he? I'm 100% sure that most girls wouldn't have any interest in him. Oh, this is more challenging than I had expected. Reen and Laura ended up looking at an assortment of products appealing to Laura's unique tastes. In the end, though, they ended up purchasing the Mishi plush. I couldn't be more grateful for your assistance, Reen. If it weren't for you, I never would have purchased something so nice. Haha, no problem. Still, my grasp on what other girls my age like remains tenuous. Yeah. It seems I have a long and harsh path ahead of me if I'm not ever to truly know. Seems I have a long and harsh path ahead of me if I'm ever to truly know. Yeah, okay. That sentence really threw me off. You know, you don't have to force yourself to be like everyone else, because you aren't like everyone else. You are who you are, and that's exactly why we like you. You've given me a lot to think about today. Let me thank you once again. I'd like for us to go shopping again if you ever have the time. Sure, that would be fun. Your bond with Laura strengthened. And that is all of our bonding events. So now we will do our side quests. First one we're gonna do is First thing we're gonna do is go over to Vincent, right, by the shed, which I'm assuming is the one by the academy. Oh, yeah, I remember this quest. This is a fun one. What's up, Vincent? Excuse me, is your name Vincent by any chance? Indeed it is. Standing before you is a nobleman overflowing with love and pathos. The one, the only Vincent Florald. I presume that you are the Cupid that I asked the student council to send me? He's quite the character. He really seems to like himself, but that's what I've grown to expect from Class 1. I'm no Cupid, but I am here on behalf of the student council, yes. Haha! Then you may still well serve my purposes. Allow me to congratulate you on making your way here. So, based on your request and my new nickname, I assume you want me to find someone for you. Yes, something along those lines. Do you have some time to spare? If so, I shall begin explaining the particulars of my request. Let's hear it. Please, elaborate on your request. Haha, a fine answer indeed. Although, before we continue... Phew, Serapha is currently nowhere to be seen. Now that I think about it, this is kind of an unusual meeting place. Are you hoping to keep this request quiet? Not exactly. I was merely hoping to avoid things getting meddled in. My father sent Serapha to the academy to keep an eye on me. As you can imagine, her watchfulness can occasionally be rather constraining. Huh. Well, that is apart from the meat of the matter. To be blunt, I have received not one, not two, but 3 passionate love-leveled letters of late, and all from a single writer. Curiously, however, the writer in question signs with naught but a nom de plume. What I would request of you, my fine fellow, is to find out just which lovely lady is responsible for these. That's reasonable, but are you sure it's appropriate for me to try to find her? These are anonymous, after all. Do take a moment to think it over. The fact that she chose to use a pen name, rather than remaining completely anonymous, anonymous, oh my goodness, is proof of a pining, hopeful heart. In fact, I am absolutely certain that she wishes for me to find her. I suppose I'll have to trust your judgment on this one. What's more, she sent cookies along with her 3rd letter. I would hardly be worthy of the Florald's name if I did not properly thank her, would I? Yeah, I don't think I could stop you at this point if I tried. Do you have any additional information that would help me pinpoint exactly who we're looking for? I do indeed. The first hint is that she is a first year. As a man well versed in the feelings of beautiful women, I was able to deduce this from the respectful tone of her letters. Additionally, the fact that she attached a pressed grand rose at the end of each letter may serve as a hint as well. A grand rose. If I remember correctly, those are the flowers you use when confessing your love to someone, right? Haha, quite. Which brings us to why this is a hint. The only way to obtain a grand rose in Trista is to purchase it from the town florist. So if we ask the florist who's purchased one, precisely, we will be able to discover just which shy maiden has sent these letters to me. Would you take this task on for me, then? As long as you don't mind me sticking to the plan we just discussed, I don't see why not. I am truly indebted to you. Based on her pseudonym and her use of a grand rose, I can only imagine Our Lady is the very model of grace. Now that you mention it, what was the name she used? Oh, it seems I neglected to mention that very important detail. She calls herself the Grand Maiden, a nickname taken from the daughter of a baron who married into the imperial family long ago. The emperor at the time was so smitten that he gave her countless numbers of grand roses, and so came the moniker. I see. Can't say I've heard that story before, but it is interesting. But this is no time to stand around talking about it. I'll head over to the file shop right away. Very well. I leave this matter in your clearly capable hands. Quest the Secret Admirer started. Yes. So we have to figure out who in this school is sending Florald anonymous letters. Who could it be? And the flower shop is over here. Although, I gotta admit, seeing like who's purchased certain things from the shop seems like a pretty heavy breach of privacy to me personally, but whatever. We must move forward with the quest. Excuse me, would you mind if I asked you a question? Not at all, go ahead. Reen explained the situation to Jane and asked about any first years who had recently purchased any grand roses. It would be hard to find out. It wouldn't be hard to find out if I looked at my records, but I'm not exactly sure I should disclose that information. Understandably so. I don't intend to do anything with this information that they don't want me to, though. If they ask me to keep their identity a secret, that's what I'll do. I see. Well, if that's the case, I guess I can help you out. Just remember, though, it's your job to give the mystery sender your support, and nothing more. I'll wish her the best of luck. This request is getting pretty complicated at this point. Right. I count 3 first years who've made a grand rose purchase recently. In class order, first is Beryl from class 3. Then there's Vivi from class 4 and Rosine from class 5. I see. Thank you very much for the help. The fact that she mentioned Vivi has me worried. I hope she's not trying the same trick on someone else right now. Not at all. Good luck. Ooh, while we're over here, we're going to check out the pawn shop and see if there's anything worthwhile. Oh, Crow. Interesting. You looking for Sarah? She's not going to be back till later. Oh, so you already knew she wasn't in Trista? Nope. Real convincing there, mate. Inspect curios. Yes. Now what do you have to exchange? Nothing new? Right along bear. Okay, so that's a that's a costume item. Like the Ride Along Mishi or the Ride Along Noi. Honestly, I don't get the reference to the Ride Along Noi. That one's beyond me. There's also bunny ears. Wow, that looks interesting. And a student council band. Which usually I actually have green with the student council band, but let's see, sleeveless shirt, green shirt, pajamas, summer uniform, class 7 uniform. Anyway, let's get back to what we're doing. Yo, how are you feeling about your first midterms? Well, I think I passed at the very least. How about you? Sitting slightly above average, I think. Would have gone better if I could have gotten my hands on a list of the test questions in advance, though. Damn, I should have seen if old man Mick was good for it. You know, I really doubt he'd have something like that for sale. Right, so, Rosine. Let's talk to her first, since she's probably the closest at the chapel. Rosine, what's up? Excuse me, you're Rosine from class 5, aren't you? That's correct. Why do you ask? I have a quick, kind of personal question for you. Reen explained the situation to Rosine and asked if it was her who sent the letters to Vincent. Oh no, that certainly wasn't me. I did buy a grand rose, but it was for the purposes of decorating the church. Oh, I see. Sorry to ask such an embarrassing question then. It's fine. Next is gonna be Beryl, who's probably in her club room. Would be the best guess I would have. She's all the way at the end and to the right. You're Beryl from class 3, right? I certainly am. What do you want from me? Actually, there is something I wanted to ask you. Reen told Beryl about his investigation and asked if she was the one who sent Vincent the letters. There's something that bugs me with her eyes. At first I thought they were geometric patterns, which they're not, but there's like that extra ring in her eye. It's just weird. Anyway, do I seem like the kind of girl who'd be interested in romance? I needed to purchase the Grand Rose to use it in a ritual, that's all. I see. That answers my question. Now I'm wondering what that ritual she mentioned is all about. Well, that's all I wanted to ask. Sorry to disturb you. Sometimes it's good to be disturbed. Good day to you. And good day to you, I think. Oh yeah, Vivi. I think we saw one of the twins over by the gardening. I think it was Vivi. Pretty sure it's Vivi. Vivi's the one that keeps her hair down completely, if I remember correctly. What's up, Brain? Were you so taken with my feminine charms that you couldn't stand another moment away from me? There's something I'd like to ask you. Oh! Reen's got that same ring in his eyes. Interesting. Reen explained the situation to Vivi and asked if she was the one who sent Vincent the letters. Well, now, that is pretty interesting. I'm going to take that as a no. Yeah, I wish it was me, but I'm having too much fun teasing Lynn to set my sights on any boys right now. Of course you are. You did buy a Grand Rose, though. Don't tell me you tricked another poor, unsuspecting soul into helping you torment her. Pretty much. But can you blame me? She falls for it every single time. I can't help myself. You're a monster. Poor Lind. I can't imagine what she has to do with a sister like this. I've asked all the girls the forest told me about, but none of them seem to have sent the letters. I guess the trail's gone cold. I should report back to Vincent for now. Back to Vincent we go. I wonder what Ferris's side of the story is. I refuse to accept any blame for this. It's all Elisa's fault for bringing a maid into her dorm. She can't do that. She's a commoner, after all. I didn't step a single toe out of... a single toe out of line, and we'll bring you straight home. Yeah, okay. References, yeah. Oh yeah, this game would have been later for them to have possibly been giving a nod to Harry Potter. Tell me, did your investigation prove successful? Wait, don't tell me. Have you brought our mystery woman here? Oh, be still, my beating heart. Yeah, about that. I wasn't able to find her in the end. Exclamation! You cannot be serious. Did you ask the florist as we discussed? I did, and I spoke to all the girls who had purchased Grand Roses. None of their reasons for doing so had anything to do with you. I can go into detail if you'd like. Dots. It matters not. If they do not concern me, then they are simply not my concern. I'm sorry that I wasn't any help. But there is one thing I'm curious about. Where could a girl get a Grand Rose if she didn't go to the forests? There's no way to tell. Perhaps if the Grand Maiden is a noble, she could have had an alternate source. However... My darling Vincent, I've found you. Who goes there? State your business. The cookies I just baked ended up far more delicious than I ever could have imagined. So delicious that they could only be destined for the lips of my beloved, my elegant, dashing, darling Vincent. Oh, what could possess a person to approach another out of nowhere and say such befuddling things? Furthermore, I do not have even the foggiest idea of who you are. Oh, but you do. What if I told you that I was the Grand Maiden all along? No way. Dumbfounded. So would that be dots? That's the best dumbfounded dots I can do. I can hardly blame you for being speechless with joy. My real name is Margarita Dresden. The lovely grand roses I attached were grown by my family. So that's how you got them. If you're part of the Baron Dresden's family, then could it mean? Oh, so you know the story. Your suspicions are indeed correct. I, Margarita Dresden, hail from the same family line as the lovely Grand Maiden herself. It all adds up. Inconceivable. How could you, of all people, be related to the Grand Maiden? When her beauty pales in comparison to your own. Look, darling, we're already completing each other's thoughts. And yours are so sweet. Oh, what you said couldn't have been further from my actual thought. Even when you're shy, you're still so wonderful. Seeing the surprise on your handsome face made me waiting to reveal... Seeing the surprise on your handsome face made me waiting to reveal my name entirely worth it to the end. Oh, okay. Wow, I stumbled on that. Now, my beautiful Vincent, it is time for you to reply to my love letters. Will you enter a relationship with me? You may choose one of two replies. I would be delighted, or there would be no greater honor. Sorry, how many options did you say you were giving him? This woman could hardly be more different than the demure maiden her letters made her out to be. My only answer for you is a resounding no. Now be gone and bother me no more. So, that's how it is. Oh, just when I think you couldn't be more adorable. To think you're the sort of man who hides his true feelings away. I beg your pardon. There's no need to fear. Please, have one of these special cookies I prepared. One bite, and you'll no longer feel the need to keep your innermost longings out of public view. Exclamation. Don't tell me. You've mixed something into your cookies. Oh, but that is for me to know and you to find out. Stay back. Do not come any closer. You, don't just stand there. I'll need your aid if I'm to survive. I have no idea how to handle a situation like this either. Don't worry, my darling. There may be a slightly bitter aftertaste, but it will all be worth it in the end. I've been looking for you, Master Vincent. Serapha. Dare I ask what you are doing in a place like this? Serapha, I beg you, please, free me from this terrifying situation. If I recall, you are my sweetheart's darling maid, are you not? So this is the Serapha he mentioned. As much as I hate to interrupt the situation at hand, I am afraid I must. Master Vincent, your presence at the upper-class dorm is required at once. A delivery of the utmost importance from Count Florald awaits you there. I see. Then I have no choice. I must go at once. But these cookies are a present for Master Vincent, are they not? In that case, may I ask you to leave them in my hands for now? I will make sure he enjoys every last one of them later. Well, if you insist. Margarita begrudgingly handed over a bag of cookies to Serapha. It seems as though Master Vincent has roped you into his nonsense as well. Hopefully this can dull some of the pain that this annoyance has surely caused you. Received. Prismatic Cape. That's actually a pretty good item, especially at this point in the game. Thank you. With that, I wish you all good day. Let us go, Master Vincent. Indeed. That maid may prove to be quite the obstacle, but no matter. There shall be plenty of opportunities to woo my darling from here on out. I believe it's time to get started on a new batch of cookies. Well, today's been full of unique encounters, to say the least. At least our request is over and done with. Quest, the Secret Admirer, completed. Now, to the Orbital, whatever it was called. Born to be Orbital? Right, Born to be Orbital? Chapter 3. Born to be Orbital, yes. It was George and Angelica. Something regarding the Orbital bike. Which is not here. Did it get stolen? Oh, it's in here. This is a fun one. Hey there, Irene. Thanks for stopping by. Might I ask where Elisa and Laura are? Those two lovely flowers would do wonders in brightening up this dreary old building. Let's not make Rene's life even harder than it already is. Haha, sorry. I probably shouldn't think out loud. Ha ha ha. I still haven't talked to Angelica much, but she's definitely an interesting one. That aside, your request was for me to assist with testing out the Orbital bike, wasn't it? So, what will I be doing? Oh, please. I could hear you making those vroom vroom noises before you even stepped through the door. I was not, but wait, does that mean... Yeah, we want you to ride the Orbital bike! Exclamation! Me? I can't deny that that's what I've wanted this to be, but I never expected it to actually happen. I cannot deny that this is what my heart has desired. In the place of a dark lord, you shall have a queen! Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. I shall quit with the references for now. I'll give you all the juicy details when we're actually ready to test. Before we start, however, we want to make sure you have the time. So how about it? You ready to ride? Yes, definitely. Okay, let's ride. Haha, good answer. First of all, let me tell you a little bit about the bike. Everything you see here is something that Angie asked me to build for her. And because of that, the bike's been fine-tuned to meet her specific needs. In a nutshell, it's all Angie. The engine, the brakes, even the handlebars. I see. As you might expect, she and that bike are practically symbiotic. When she's on it, she's a sight to behold. But because we've tuned it specifically to her, it's become a little too tough for anyone else to handle. Haha. Think of her as an unruly horse. There's no denying she's a fine bike, but she doesn't play nice with strangers. Right. I'm really hoping I make it through this alive. Don't scare him now, Angie. Crow's ridden it just fine. But I suppose he's been working on this bike since we started too. Compared to him, you're a complete beginner, which is great. You'll have a more objective opinion after you ride. I guess it makes sense why you asked me then. Feeling a little nervous, are we? Let's head over to the highway. So, what are Toa and Crow doing here? Haha, Angie and George told us you'd be doing this, so I came along to show some support and take some time off work. My reason isn't quite as sweet as little Toa's here. Like I said before, this bike's at least partially my baby. Think of me as an overprotective father, making sure you don't mess up and hurt my girl when you take her out. Thanks. Crow, don't make him any more nervous. Don't worry, Reen, just ignore everything this guy says. I do, and it's worked great for me. We can rebuild the bike, so stay focused on keeping yourself safe. Right, thanks. Do you have much experience riding horses? Actually, yeah. You shouldn't have any trouble then. She's a whole different beast, but the basics of riding are the same. So have fun. Thanks, Angelica, that helps. I won't let you down. Okay then. That should be just about everything you need to know. I think I get it now. The 3 things you want me to test are starting up the bike, shifting gears, and coming to a stop, correct? That's right. We want you to see how you handle everything. Let me give you a few pointers. You might not really get them until you're on the bike proper, though. Hit me. First of all, you can't ride if you can't get moving, so let's talk about how to get started. Starting the engine's simple enough. but how smoothly you ride off will depend on how well you can operate the bike's clutch. Once you shift into first gear, open the throttle and then slowly and steadily release the clutch. Release the clutch slowly and steadily when I start moving. Okay, I'll try not to forget. Next up is switching gears. Before switching gears, make sure to pull in the clutch quickly and firmly. Once you shift the gears, release the clutch slowly and steadily, just like when you started her up. I can do that. The last thing you need to worry about is stopping the bike, which you probably want to know how to do. When you want to slow down, release the throttle and apply the brakes to both wheels, front and back. You're going to want to give each one different amounts of pressure though. Apply the brakes strongly to the front wheel and lightly to the back wheel. That should bring you to a smooth stop. Strongly to front and lightly to the back. That's a lot to remember, but I think I can do this. Haha, that's the way. This is all about learning through experience and getting used to riding on the fly anyway. So what do you say? Ready to go? You bet. Oh, the blade music, huh? Right then, first is starting up the engine. Aw, listen to that engine. Wow, this is pretty intense. It kind of reminds me of how I felt when I first rode a horse. Right, let's push those nerves to the side and get it going. Okay, so I put the clutch level, pull the clutch level, shift to first gear, and twist the throttle. Now that I've done that, all I need to do is let go of the clutch and I'll be moving. Angelica told me how to do this. What exactly did she say again? Slowly but steadily. Now we're talking. This is great. Haha, there he goes. Can't wait to see the look on his face when he gets back. He's gonna love it. Hopefully. Wow, this feels amazing. I'm amazed at just how stable and smooth the ride is too, considering how heavy it is. I think I'm used to this speed now, so let's try switching gears. Right. First I need to roll off the throttle, then I need to pull in the clutch, change gears, then release it. Angelica told me I had to handle the clutch a specific way during all this. What was it again? Pull in quickly, release slowly. Oh right, I need to pull in the clutch quickly and firmly, then change gears. And after that, I need to release the clutch slowly but steadily. Oh yeah. There we go. Perfect. Going this fast really does feel great. I get why Angelica loves it so much. Well, the fun is gonna come to an end eventually. It's probably about time to stop. Obviously, I need to hit the brakes, but how much pressure do I put on them? Strongly at the front, lightly at the back. I'm pretty sure Angelica said strong on the front brakes and light on the rear brakes. I stopped almost exactly where I expected to, so I guess I did it right. This thing's incredible though. It feels like I'm still riding along, even though I've come to a stop. But I guess I've got to snap out of it eventually. The others are waiting for me. I'd better head back now. Welcome back, Reed. Well, how was it? I'm amazed, to say the least. The sheer speed, the engine's vibration, and the feeling of the wind as you ride along. I've never experienced anything like it. No amount of horse riding could have ever prepared me for this. Just wow. Guess you got some potential. Look at this guy. He's trying to act all calm and composed, but his face is just screaming, "Let me go back out and ride." Plain as day. Seems like you handled it really well too, based on your report. I have to admit, I didn't expect those kinds of results out of you. It's a pretty unwieldy machine. It's even more impressive considering it was his first ride with her too. Nice to know I could have had a worthy rival waiting in the wings. Nice to know that I could have a worthy rival waiting in the wings. Okay, yeah. Not everyone can get that much praise out of Angie. You should pat yourself on the back. It's a real honor. Now we need to hear some more detailed impressions of each phase. But let's do that back at the engineering building. Good plan. Aw, they're having so much fun with this. Maybe too much. Thanks, Reen. The info you gave me should come in handy. Glad I could help. I think she'll be a much more stable ride from now on. I'll have to be sure to tell Elisa's mother about everything we learned today if they end up mass-producing the Orbital bikes. Elisa's mother is the chairman of the Rhineford group, isn't she? I didn't know you were familiar with each other. The Ragnar and Rhineford families share a good relationship, actually. Oh yeah, they're both big names in Mura, right? Yeah, Angie's dad's one of the group's biggest shareholders, too. Wow, they are pretty close. Well, now you know. Elisa's mother provided the engine and a number of other parts for the bike, too. So that's how you got your hands on everything. That's right. Although whether or not Rhineford will actually mass-produce the bike is an entirely different matter. Their biggest goal is to turn a profit, so the only way it's happening is if we can show them that it would make money, which is why we're currently trying to make it into something that the masses can handle. And today, you were a big help in getting closer to that goal. Wow, I'd love to see that happen. Looks like you get it. I guess my first impressions of you were right on the mark. Oh, I haven't properly thanked you yet, have I? Thank you for helping us today. Here's a little token of my thanks. Received Dragon Vein. Ooh, that's a good quartz. Are you sure about this? It seems like a really valuable quartz. Of course. I'm sure you'll be able to put it to good use. Well then, Reen, thanks a lot for your help today. I'd like it if you could help us out next time we need a hand too. I'll cancel my plans as soon as you ask. Quest, Born to be Orbital, completed. And with that, we are going to wrap this episode up. As always, if you liked this video, go ahead and click that little thumbs up button. And if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that little bell so that you are notified of the upcoming videos. Anyway, I will see you all in the next video, and goodbye for now.